I have this hair dryer here that I'm gonna modify and make it as a heat gun so that I can use it to desolder my components of the circuit board easily. So let's open it up and see what's inside, bypass the thermal fuse and see what happens. Alright, so this is what we have inside this this hair dryer. Those are basically the speeds, and what they do is they use this guy, this big one, and the small one as resistors, which they use also to produce heat for this hair dryer. And the way it works is they calculate they measure the resistance, and they know how much voltage they need to get to for each speed, and then they supply that AC voltage to that rectifier, which is just down here. You can see these two diodes there, and then there's another more underneath, another two right there, and then that converts the AC to DC and then feeds it into this motor right there. That spins this fan and blows the hair out. This is very simple design. It's really cool. So what we want to do is we want to decrease this resistance. Keeping everything else fixed, meaning more current will flow through a smaller resistance. It will heat up more, and it will become a heat gun. Now what we want to do is that we want to do that in a way so that we can go back to the original place. So let's see how we can do that. Okay, so I managed to take this side out. I'm gonna reduce it and then put it back in here, and I'm gonna have some part of this hanging out. This part is gonna probably heat up because it's gonna conduct backward. So if you're gonna do this, make sure you don't touch it, and also you need to think of the risks, because some of the things we're doing are completely unsafe. For example, right here, what I'm showing here is that this is the thermal fuse, and I'm actually bypassing it. So I'm bypassing the thermal fuse, and don't forget that this is plastic, so it might not be able to handle a lot of heat, but you can get away with a couple of seconds just to try it out. And if it does succeed, then I'll go back and I'll create a different housing for the hair dryer or heat gun. Okay, so right now what I did, I opened this entire thing and I rolled it back, and you see this guy? This was right there. And what I did, I took this, all of this, and I turned it around up to here. So this much is not going to be used. And then I used a jumper from here to there so that all the stuff above can work. This is not going to work. Just make sure this doesn't touch any other places. And remember, it's going to get hot. So be safe, please. Let's try it. I figured the best place to test it at is to put it inside its housing and test it. And then if something goes wrong, I'll just unplug it quickly. Let's see it in action. Alright, so I have it plugged in here, and let's try it. So I just tried to desolder here and it didn't work. So what I need to do is reopen it again and modify it again. Just reduce it even more and then try it again and test it. So this time I made it a lot less. The connection is right here and all of this has been taken out. So I'm gonna put it back together again and then we do test number 2. Okay, so this is test number 2. Gonna connect it to the plug. Okay, so there's something wrong. Something is touching from the inside. Let's see. That works just fine. Second level. It started to get really hot now. See that? I think the third level would be too much, so I'm probably not going to try it. So this pulls it off a little bit. Third level. See how fast? So second level is the max. There's something lighting inside, so I need to open it and take it out. Okay, so I increased the width of the length of this winding now. I only took off this side here, and I'm about to put it back together and do test number 3. Okay, test number 3. I just plugged it in. Let's take a look. Okay, so the first level is heating up by a lot. There's something wrong in there. Consistent now. Is being modified from inside, so probably one of the windings has started touching the battery, the motor windings, and that's why it started to run now fast without me starting. Yeah. Now it's back. I'm gonna try it on a circuit board anyway. This actually, it's a safety feature. It's not something touching from the inside. So by letting heat up what it does, it'll cool itself and then it'll go back to that mode again. It's really hot right now. It should cool itself soon. It's gonna cool itself and then it will go back to heating again, just all by itself. I think we're done here.